the game is trying so hard to make me use Bailu. Is this the same as you guys? Like, why do you recommend me Bailu? This team sucks, okay? Because Bailu. Hello, internet! I've been waiting for something, some sort of announcement for like the DoT team, archetype to just show up and become the highlight again, but I've waited for a whole year, it just did not happen. But we do know she's gonna get buffed, right? I'm pretty sure Kafka's gonna get buffed, but that's not even the problem. The problem is this team on its own, like the DoT team archetype, isn't really even completed yet. Like, we're using freaking Robin still as the main buffer, while Cashflix gets highest, at least we're still stuck with this thing. And it's not even that good because we're using too much skill points, I feel like, with this team. And of course, the team I'm talking about would be the best DoT team there ever has been. It's been like 6 months since I last did a video on like DoTs, I think, but still, taking a look at Pripman and what you guys are using, the fastest clear is still just this team, dude. Honestly, tier 2 isn't that bad. I'm wondering if it's like actually not as bad as people say, right? Tier 1.5 for Black Swan, okay. And then you get like tier 0s and stuff, right? For a team like this, the average cycles is 7. So honestly, like, that's pretty much updated, right? 7 cycles against a boss like this. That's pretty good if that's true, right? That is what we'll be fighting out today. We are going to be using the worst archetype there's ever been versus like the strongest boss of all time these days. And overview of the stats for starters. So here we got the Kafka. I've been trying to like get this team ready. Of course, just ignore the fact that I don't have max talent. Get the relics and I have no Eidolons. I feel like getting Eidolons is just cheating, honestly, but in any case, here's Black Swan. I finally speed tuned it. Black Swan's 145 with Kafka being 142, at least for the first turn in the wave. I should be able to outspeed with freaking Black Swan, right? That's what I think. Here we got Robin. Robin's like, whatever. This is like the easiest character to build. How is this character so easy? I have no idea. And here we got the Whoa. With this team, here's the problem with this team, right? And I think if you want to run this team consistently well, you want to have Whoa be on the 4-piece passerby set. I will show you why later, but yeah, those are all the sets and such. So let's just jump in. We're gonna fight this guy. This boss is honestly not actually that hard. I don't know. It might just be me. The problem with this boss though is that you need to, if you want to clear him quickly, you kind of can't because they have like a, unstoppable amounts of reduced damage in like the first turn or something with the wave. But in any case, I am very excited to just check out how good is this team in version 3 now. I've tested it in like version 2, mid version 2, and they were not good. How about this though? I feel like this is actually pretty good because this boss in particular, first of all, it's AoE, right? So I actually think the fact that a lot of enemies are pretty much multiple in multiples of like 3s or 5s, it's pretty good for the AoE team. I'm hoping to see something good though, but I'll also be very careful because I'll show you like the issues with this team as well that I think is prevalent. First of all, skill points, right? I spent 1 on Robin. Here we got Kafka. You have to use it, right? There's no way you don't. I guess I suppose that first turn maybe I didn't have to, but then I might not get enough ultimates and all that. I don't know, man. Here we have Black Swan. Now usually you're already at your last skill point if you don't have the 4-piece passerby set. So I'm gonna use the skill right here. I have 1 more skill point for Whoa. I need this to be clicked, right? I cannot save this because the boss is about to move and we're about to get to 1 health with the debuff on me. So with Whoa, why she's so good, especially in this team and against this boss, it's just for the fact that Whoa got that auto heal once we get to 1 HP. That's gonna be very useful. Here with the Robin, speed tuned perfectly pretty much, right? We got Kafka going for, actually wait, oh yeah, it's because Kafka got speed buff, right? Like, dude, it's so hard to make Black Swan always faster than Kafka, but that would be ideal. That I think is weird as well. You always want to have the defense breaker to go first, but I don't think Black Swan's designed to go first, so it's kind of weird. In any case though, now we can start to see the true damage and such, right? The question here is, do I want to use my ultimate before Robin's ultimate? I feel like I want to because I get my ult so quickly back, right? That's what's cool with Kafka. I'm gonna get all of you from Whoa right there to get rid of the debuff. 100k. Oh my god. I think even a Naxa, the so-called sub DPS, would do 400k right there. Let's just relax. It's like a double DPS setup, right? It's not just Kafka. It's like the whole team, or rather the duo with Black Swan and Kafka that make the team work. Yep, there we go. Because Kafka's so fast, yet Black Swan's not fast enough, and then the rest of the team aren't fast enough like Kafka as well, and Kafka's just spending 1 skill point every turn. You really do run out of skill points. I don't know, man. Well, I'll use my ultimate right now. Maybe I shouldn't have, but well, it's already out there. So here I'm gonna go on. I'm gonna try hard here, right? I'm gonna min-max this. I want Whoa to not take as many turns actually, because if she does, we'll take more skill points. So this is where I get my whole team a turn. Whoa already got her turn, but then I won't lose like this, bright dot. Hey, yo, look at me min-maxing, huh? If only I would min-max my traces, maybe I wouldn't look like a clown. Alright, so now that I got the charge in, I gotta use a Q, so now I got 2 skill points. They still have... What debuff does Black Swan even give me? Yeah, this is the cadence, right? One more turn, and by the end of that turn, I have to use another skill points. It's so annoying, dude. I'm gonna use an ME right there, 100k there. Honestly, how quick are you again? 157, which compared to like say Aglaia is not even close, but it's not bad. Now we have you. So if I want to maximize damage, I have to use my E now to refresh the death break. But I have 1 more skill point left. This team, man, it needs like a skill point generator, dude. But since I don't have that, all good. We'll use an E right there into my ultimate. 100k down again. You still have the cadence, you know, the death shred right there. So this should be maximum damage, 241k. I won't lie, it doesn't look too bad, specifically against this boss. I will say the freaking MOC is helping out a ton, way too much than like usual, right? Here we go. We got Ho-Ho. I have to use the skill point. I cannot not use this. And here's the thing as well. If I use any other healer, like say Gallagher, that could get me skill points, or say Luocha, I feel like I will die with this team because they are pretty damn squishy. It's what I think. I might be wrong though. But here comes them taking a turn. They do take 100k per turn taken, which is what's so unique about DoT. Dude, I feel like there's such a missed opportunities with DoT. If they really invigorate the DoT team, I might actually like feel the game being really funny and just watching people detonate by taking a turn, right? But here comes the boss again. 77k done, and I'm almost dead already. Well, I'm dead. That's horrible. I had to use the Castress. Maybe Castress is a true DoT support, you feel me? Alright, so just stop hitting the Black Swan, if you please. And thank you. So now I got the turn with you. Somehow I'm not dead, thanks to Castress, right? Now you don't have the cadence, though. That sucks, too. Yeah, so now what do? I have to use, like, E, and then I'm out of skill points, right? I'm hoping just the light cones and such, and the passive will just, you know, overall heals enough. Here comes the hit. Alright, I get my ult. I think I have to use it. If I don't use it, I might just lose. So let's just go and use it. I'm gonna jump in the ult as well for the healing, rather. Oh god, I imagine this was Gallagher. The game would have been over. I don't think I would have healed enough. Alright, so here comes the damage. We're cool. Just don't hit my squishies, please. Alright, how do I min-max this? Here is how. I have 1 more skill points left, right? So what I have to do is, instead of taking a turn with Robin, I have to use this and instantly Q my ultimate. That way, I keep my skill duration on Robin without having to use another skill point, right? So yeah, she's about to take a turn there, but because I used the ult, she doesn't take a turn. I still keep 1 turn of my skill. It's pretty complicated with this team, dude, but there we go. Destroying the Pollux, we do quite a bit of damage there, so I think we should have this. This is 2 cycles so far. This is really, really good, no? Alright, question. What do I do now? I have to heal, right? Yeah, like, with Wolfo, you just gotta heal, dude. That means I have to use a skill 1. I mean, a basic skill on Kafka, which is fine, considering Kafka is that fast. We can take a turn again. So now, since I'm a DoT freaking team, you should die to only the dots. There we go. Perfecto. Yo, look at that team go. We spent, like, what? Only about over 2 cycles on that first cycle, right? On the first wave. This is awesome. This is great. DoT teams, dude. They're low-key back. You still have the cadence. What I will do is go for an E right here. Actually, I shouldn't have. I gotta remember this. If this guy has, like, the damage reduction, it doesn't matter what I throw at him. It does not hurt, dude. Right. I have my, freaking passive still up on Whoa, so we should be fine. Just don't suddenly kill me. That's all I ask. This is where I'm afraid. You will hit me once first, and then you get rid of my freaking HP, right? Ugh. Here comes the HP drop. 1 health, baby. So, now I have a Robin. I'm forced to use my skill. I'm out of my skill duration, so I'm gonna go and do that. Now, we have the MOC doing some damage. Here we got Kafka. Do I want to go for the E? I don't know, man. Considering I'm so fast with Kafka, I feel like I have to not do it. I have to use a Q. I feel like this is how you, like, play it well, to just get rid of the skill point issues, or maybe you have to speed to it better. I'm not certain that's, like, possible, though. Here we go. Again, we're out of skill points again. I might have used 1 extra freaking Black Swan skill. Oh, damn it. I'm gonna go for the ultimate, though. And damage-wise, 120k. Slowly but surely. And we're 4 cycles in so far, so this isn't even that bad. Here comes the ultimate right there. It doesn't really do too much, but it's a DoT after all, right? So here we have Kafka. I can only use a freaking basic. That's all I can do. With Robin, we use a Q. We'll wait for the mob to take a turn here. Do some damage here. 61k solid stuff. And now we can do a basic here. Plan even more dots on you. Arcana go in. And now we get an ultimate. So now we should be able to snag more Arcanas. We can get freaking Kafka again. Finally for skill points used, dude. It's been way too long, man. We skipped like 2 turns with her. That is just tragic. Go with my E right there. And then damage. It's just not enough, man. You still have the cadence. So I'll go for a Q right here. Kafka goes. You're gonna wake up now. Oh my god, what is this? Okay, I'm not dead. You can tell because I use casters and such, I did not have to ever see that animation too. Like, it just never had to be. Yeah, we just never had to wait till that point. They're already dead at this point. But we're alive though, we're good. Here comes the Kafka. We can finally use an E. Now we have an abundance of skill points. I've, you know, saved enough, I suppose. Skipped enough turns to have enough skill points. 200k DoT, which is solid. 100k extra here. You still have the cadence. That's awesome. So what I will do is do a Q since you still have the cadence. You're gonna lose it though. I don't know if I like that. Maybe I should have used the skill points. Maybe I'm playing too safe. Oh, dude, I don't know, man. Right, so here comes the damage. We should be okay. And here comes some explosion. 13% left until Pollux explodes. And I think... is that 1% on the Pollux, dude? Even mechanics will get stuck at 1% in this game, man. This is stupid. All right, thank God the DoT's getting rid of the Pollux there, so we do more damage. And now we should be able to go all in, yeah? DoT against this Pollux mechanic is low-key pretty, like, fire, though, now. You're out of the cadence. I'm going to use my E here into my ultimate right away. That will break you with Plants of Arcanas and such. I mean, debuff, rather. And it's looking like... is it a 6-cycle clear or a 7-cycle clear? It might be 7. It might be 7. I don't know. Like, you need to die now. Can you die now? 12%. I don't know if you can die now, you know. With an E right there, we have freaking Robin taking a turn here. We'll go for this move. You know what? I'm just gonna dump in the ulti. I feel like we can just kill you right here. 9%, dude. Okay, from 9 to 4. That's from an ultimate, I suppose. It's acceptable, but yeah, we should have this, right? And then we get an ult in with freaking Robin here. 3%. There is no way in hell that I cannot finish you, surely. Watch this be 1%. All right, thank God. 100k down. And that was a 6-cycle. Oh, damn. Slightly faster than the average, right? I feel like you can definitely, like, min-max this for, say, 5-cycle clear, even without Eidolons and everything like that. So, hey, listen. Freaking DoT teams did this week specifically not too shabby. Like, considering it's like 1, 2, 3 limited, you know, 4 limited characters. A 4 limited character team. That was just not good, man. I don't think I played too terribly, but I could have been wrong. I don't know, but I also just realized I have the exact same height. Look at that. They're both such mummies. And it is a shame. I don't think I've ever, like, had to use Black Swan Kafka ever outside of making content. I believe when I checked my friends' clearance while as well. Also, it's funny how the game is trying so hard to make me use Bailu. Is this the same as you guys? Like, why do you recommend me Bailu? This team sucks, okay? Because Bailu. Well, Castrus probably just kills everything. But if we just scroll down, I even see a blade somehow, but I see 0 Kafka, 0 DoT teams because, well, obviously DoT's not good, but yeah, 0 of them did. And it is such a shame. I feel like it's so fun. Like, did you see that gameplay with freaking Pollux? That was fun. I wouldn't mind watching all my enemies take a turn and then just boom, get 100k damage dealt. Like, that was fun, but I feel like it's not happening enough times in a DoT team for that to be good. And also, in the end, why not just direct damage, right? Why over time? Just damage immediately, dude. Until Kafka's buff. Maybe Kafka's buff's gonna be everything we needed, right? But I do feel like just one more release of like a DoT support to bring back Kafka along with the buffs that they're gonna announce in the next version, I believe. That would just reinvigorate the whole DoT archetype. I'm looking forward to that. But yep, for now, it stays as one of the most power-crept archetypes ever in the game. It's not even power-crept. They just stopped developed it. They just stopped after freaking Black Swan. It's kind of sad. That'll be all. I guess you enjoyed though. And take care.